All right, we're doing it again. Okay, so this is Dr. Death Rules 001 on our Titanfall 2 times community server. How to. What's the how to tonight? Well, okay, so I built this base over here, and something's missing here. Huh. Was that, I guess that wasn't connected. There was a turn here, and this was on Monday or Wednesday, and this is like a permanent base defense strategy that I built. This little turn. This is a lot of turns for this little dynamite base, but we did it. It was 2 hours. It was all right. I learned a little bit. For one thing, I made a mistake on the doors. If you watch my last video, I set the gates wrong. If you set them this way, you can climb up. I didn't change them out. This is our community server Titanfall 2 times. We're using this. Sorry about that. Look down on something. Mainly using our server for how to. We have a YouTube channel, Rust Academy 101. We've been creating videos. I always start out by kind of a little bit of an introduce, but I have a partner in crime duo. Family and friends got me into this game, unforgiving game, 4 and something years ago. 700 days plus on this. Titans 300. So combined, we have 1,000. So if you think you know it all, I hope you do. I'm not the best. I'm a farm bot, old head farm bot. Titans a PvPer, and he could do about everything. Let's fix this right away. So we started creating content a few years ago. Have a lot of fun. We've had this server for, I bet, about a year. We've had it popping, but never hit big. There's a lot of transition on the vanilla side as well. But I built this right here to show you how. So I don't think the TC, your walls are going to decay probably all the way over here. It's not going to. It's not. The gate should be fine. Maybe right here. So I'm a little bit prepared. Excuse me. This evening, kind of had everything already in the inventory. I kind of winged it, so I just kind of didn't, just kind of. And this is some leftover loot right here. This is what our spawn in is on our the Tommy, the dog shit Tommy with Invalid, King of Invalids. This, it's gone. A Savage Pickaxe, Hatchet, and then the Hazzy. Tommy Hazzy. Okay, then again, I'm Dr. Death Rules 001. My partner in crime is in a duo. You can follow him on YouTube and TikTok. It's ALTO, Alto Titan, TITANNN. He has a great channel over there, YouTube and TikTok, and then we have a TikTok recipe one. We also do have a Dead Side server. Love that game. It's also Titanfall. All right, so these aren't the prettiest walls. I don't know why the walls have went down on our server one. Not one wide, but probably for 4 months we walled off 60 squares, and we had kind of like a duo, like a north against south. We had two different types of compounds. It was pretty cool. So here's what I'm going to do on this. So if you're out all the way over here, I'm a big fan. If you go back and watch my last broadcast, I'm not going to build a base. There's no reason to. I'm just going to get it down to what we got. You need to go. Like I said, let's just don't get caught up on the base. This is the first week of wipe. I mean, actually, a week on a wipe is long. I mean, that's a long time. You should have a lot. Let's just say this is within 72 hours, 3 days. So you could either you could run it out here, or you can come all the way out here and just do this. This is what so you come right here. This is what I'm going to show you. Because the turns I sit, I feel like are kind of secret. Excuse me. Because if you go back and watch the last video, and let's go over here real quick. My turns face towards the base. So this is running that way, and this is coming back this way, and then this is following this way. And then I had one sitting right here, which I have no idea. But that was, I don't know why it disappeared. I thought for sure it was connected. That covers that. And you really can't see them. You just can't. So when you got the Wally 1K wannabes, and you're just starting out, it's before you build your main base. And if you do what we do, a village where we have 6 to 8 to 12 players, everybody gets their own little compound. They build their own thing. Some solos, some duos, some trios, some quads, and then we wall everything off. If you go to Rust Academy 101 on TikTok, and you'll scroll down, and you'll see a thumbnail with 4 times scope, and look at that, you'll see that's how we used to run. So if you can't do this, the walls are terrible. This is like I don't know, it's not my best wall. This isn't too bad. So you could come down here and set walls. Come on, you're kidding me. Give me not enough space. Let me stand down. I could go either way, it doesn't matter. Some people like these. I like them a lot. Sorry about the delay, because I was thinking of what I was going to say next. I don't know what's going on here. What? I mean, come on. All right, let's just forget that. We can push it this way. So this is going to be your storage. And then you're going to come over here. Excuse me. And you can even come back here if you can get the walls up, which is even better. Let's try this. I doubt if you can get some walls up here. Oh, you can. This is it. This is the world. We just hope they don't blow in there. It doesn't matter anyway. So now you have, and then you have, you want to come out right here because your base is right there. And I just go one more triangle. It really doesn't matter. The way these walls are shaped, I'm gonna go right here because we need some protection all the way this way. So what you do is what a lot of people, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not being cocky, but I can set these suckers anywhere. So I'm going to sit this. The little pointy arrow is where your bullets are going to be shooting out of. So imagine a base up, not a big one. So I'm going to go just a little bit to the right. I'm going to get that foot off of that, and I should be able to sit that. I mean, you could always pick them up, but the problem is every time you pick them up, you better have some extra HQ. Okay, so I'm going to do come back over here. I want to do what I did yesterday. It's a repeat performance. And that's that. Let's go wall. And then let's go. All right, we'll go back here. Yeah, all right, let's do that. I'm going to stay right here. That's going to be like a little honeycomb. I was going to put a battery in there, but you know what? I'm going to honeycomb that. And what I'm going to do is this right here. Take this battery. gotta get it to where. All right, we're good there. And then we're going to do this right here. You put a garage door there. Yeah, because we're going to have a turn here, and that's going to cover the back side of that wall. I'm kind of almost a repeat performance, but these are freestanding. We don't need this. Oh, I know what I got to do. All right, so what we're going to do here is let me see here. Let me see. Let's do this. All right, so let's. So the. Yeah. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Now, see, we should be able to. Put this down. Come on, sucker. See? All right. All right. So we don't need one. That was the whole purpose of this video, is if you can't get a TC, that's saying that my walls aren't going to decay. I don't know, man. That TC's all the way over here. I had no idea how that is not going to. Maybe? I guess so. Well, let's just do the imaginary friend, okay? So if you can't get a TC, then you put your TC right here. And then this will take care of your whole situation here with your turn. So you could take these little buildings, and then I would do this right here. I even have it ready. Or garage door. And then you just do this, clean it up. You know what? Let me try something. Real quick. You'd be surprised how stuff is goofy. Let's try to get this switched out. What? You have to like double stack to get, like, if you're stacked like that, you gotta take one item. No, we're still good. All right, so let's get rid of that. You could do this as well. I mean, I think this makes sense. Let's do this. Yeah, let's bring it over here. I made some, some goofy, I had a lot of rust on me in my defense last night. I did watch a little bit of it. It's like, man, what was I thinking? I wasn't, because I forgot about a lot of stuff. I'm an old head. So we can put this in here. And then we could do this right here. Yeah, this works out. It's fine. You could if you can't. Yeah, what I was going to do is just close this off, because even on vanilla, we ate everything up. It's 8 rockets. But you could put the switch right here. But if someone came in, they could shut it. So you just to close everything here. So I'll just, and then close it off. But I'm going to do this. Bring one of my goofy doors down. That's 4 rockets. I'm just flexing because, I'm the owner. So that's good. That's 4. And then you got your turret right here. And then we're going to go ahead and take this off right here. That way and then we're going to take this off right here. And then we're going to take this off right here because we don't need a TC. It helps out a lot. And that's about it. You know, stop it. You know, so, and then if you have a base over here, you know, you got airlock, and then, you know, another one. That's 3. But it's shooting right here, and then you could just come over and rinse, repeat the performance. Let's finish it out, though. Might as well. We're here. We're workers. This is Titanfall 2-time server. Community. We've had it for quite a while. Content creators. So I'll clean everything up. I'll make this. I may even throw some walls up on that base to show some clearance. So I'll clean everything up. I'll make this. I may even throw some walls up on that base to show some clearance. And clearance, I mean, is when I set these turrets. You could get by with maybe 10 days if you haven't quite progressed and you're on a 100 pop. You can't, you know, can't get anything that you really need. You could hopefully have success with the farm. And my sounds are good. All right, let's get this down to 12, 11. Let's go over here. Let's get these right here. Let's grab these right here. That's plenty there. And then let's come up here. Now, I had this conversation the last thing. A lot of our overseas colleagues were mainly over in British players. They were big on fences. I'm a cell guy. Because, like I mentioned before, fire arrows are a great tool, weapon to take out turrets. Yeah, fire arrow. That's right, fire arrow. Let's go up here, and let's get us a little base down here. Yup. I think I put one down here. We can do it now. And then we could keep this up right here, this wall. We have to because we got a battery back there. Don't really have to keep this down, but we will. Just in case your longevity, may put another turret here if you decide to overstay your welcome at this base. Let's do this. Oh yeah, let me knock that out real quick too. So what you need on the rooftop here is, and then you may have to come out here. It looks kind of goofy, but you're going to have to put a solar panel there. You could put them on the ground, but I'm going to put this. Let me put this here. Man, that's a hog. That's taking a lot of space. But it's Okay, and then you could just take your solar panel. You really only need one panel, but you know it's going to stop at nighttime, but we really don't have real short nights, so just find a good spot where the sun's coming in. Right now there's an overcast. This is facing the ocean, but you'll see. You just take this and get her down. That's open, so you're not going to have a shadow. You just got one little shadow there. And then you could come down here. And then where's she at? I'm doing 2 wires. Take this right here. And bring that sucker down. Take that. I mentioned before, I can't put this in flying around. Watch. Oh, I couldn't yesterday. What the heck? Oh well. Alright, I'll take it. Come over here, open your doors. Where's my switch at? Slap that sucker down. Get your power out. Usually I run 2, but we're limited on space. Ouch, 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 ouch. Where's that sucker at? Come on. There it is. Where are you at? I mean, I was having this trouble yesterday just trying to balance out. I know it's probably me, but come on, Solo. Come on, Solo. Do I have to stand up and get off of that and then try and find it? Not like good old God mode. This is odd. Where's it at? What? And then if you want to just start over, just click over. Power out. Let's just sneak underneath here. There's a wire. This is goofy. We'll show them. How about this? We'll show them. That's a good one right there. There, it was by that wire. I don't know. It must have been a glitch. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. So that goes in. I had it backwards. That's my fault. God, I get the dub award. I got it. I was backwards. It was backward. I started out. Should have went in over there. It happened. I don't know. I've said a lot of these. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, or I mean, you can call me retarded. I don't care, but there's just some stuff that's just inconsistent of what I used to do. Yeah, I had it backwards. That's me. Sorry. Well, at least I got you screaming at me, calling me everything you want, get you all routed up. So the solar panel is your engine, and it goes into the battery. It's goofy stuff, man. That was just getting in a hurry, getting excited to get that turned on. Well, anyways, so that's that. Then you got to come to your switch, and then try and hide the wires, keep it clean. I'm busting through. I'm Superman. I'm going to bust through them walls. Kind of settle it down right here. I had a couple of those hiccups yesterday after I watched the videos. Like, you know, like, man, you look really stupid. Then, the oh sweet sound. The oh sweet sound. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. It looks goofy. So you would have, excuse me, I'll show you something. You pick it up, it takes life off of it. It looks like it didn't, but it does. I think once you set it down. And then you come over here and you do the beautiful sound. So there you have it. That's one. So let's get behind here and let's see exactly what we're talking about. It's a 3-point system. It's 180 degrees. So that one shoots right this way. That's a far distance. I mean, this is, man, I've set so many turrets on walls and stuff, and man, it's like you can't build, you can't build. You can build right here. It was just so weird. Can't build, can build right here. You know, can't build, can build right here. Well, the distance is what? So I was thinking that I centered this up right to where we could put a TC in here. So usually when I do, it's an extension. So you put a door here and you put a door here and maybe, or the battery, a door. It's like a little extended little bedroom, and then your TC right here. Because that is, no, right here. Right here. I thought that was it. Okay. That's coming in. Let me see something. That's not coming out. So you don't see no door. It drives me nuts. All right. So then you got your battery. And then I definitely put everything on the back. I'd probably put a TC in that on the back. That way you keep this open. If you put a TC right there, then that's going to, he's still going to be able to swing around and get somebody right here. But I'd probably put another square right here and put the TC, a door right here, the battery door, and all that. And really, you want them to kill a TC first, and the reason I say that is you want that turret on, so you make it work. I know a lot of people can't afford, like an armor door, but if you put 2 garage doors, that's six rockets. And they don't ever, nobody ever messes with this stuff. Because see, you could put boxes in here. You could put a box there and hide loot, and then sometimes you could even put a bag like right here. You could be on bag timer, but then once you get off bag timer and there's a whole lot of stuff going on, you just slip into that back door right here. Not this one, but the back door, and then you can grab some loot and help counter. So that is that, and you just repeat, you know. So, you know, like I said, he's going to be over here. And then this one's going to be, would be right here. So he's going to get this corner right here. And he's going to take care of this kiosk right here, freestanding kiosk. And then this guy right here, this turn, is going to come over. And he's going to, let me see, where's the square? Is it? Yeah, well, if you just go with like a little bit of a base right here, you're going to have to set that turret probably right here, because he's still going to be able to get this right here all the way over to here, and there's going to be a turret there, and then you got that covered. And then he's going to be like right here against this wall, like right here. And he's going to be able, he's not going to be able to get this area, but he will be able to get from right here over all the way here. So that's 3 turns. I mean, if you're a solo, good luck. I mean, if you're a solo and you're going to be on a low 20 to 30 pop, you could get this done in a matter of, you know, how good you are in PvP and what tier levels you run on monuments. But it's a camera and a computer. You know, of course, you got to get your Python. See, I'll tell you what works. Pythons are good at this. I mean, this is probably the best on this short distance here. But why is this decaying? It shouldn't be decaying. This isn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Rust. Oh, I know exactly why. I know exactly why. Let's see it. Let's see this. Let's see this. Let's see if this works. Then I'll go back to my storytelling again. It's not picking it up. It's not picking that. I'll be. No, wait a minute. The metal frags is what it needed, and it should. If I can't sit a TC down, then okay. So let's get back to whatever I was talking about. Weapons and the turrets. Back in the day, if you haven't watched any of my broadcasts, we do base tours. So if you're watching this and you got a base and you want us to come and do a YouTube base tour, we'll do it. Well, we did the KOS. I mentioned this story the other night, and he had 295 turns. And back in the day, you're talking about, you know, I started on like 2.5 wipes. That's, you know, almost 5 years. You used to be able to take a turn and just set it down, and then that's it. And then put your gun in your bullets. Those were the glory days. Then some pencil neck geek came up with this newfangled wiring, which I guess you use it for all your other stuff. Cool, yeah. Well, because we're console. We didn't get all that stuff for a long time, so we had to do limited wiring, and one of them was turns. Which, you know, it is what it is. So if you're tied down at him, old turrets sit down already had guns in it. The AK. AK comes stock with all turrets. You just had to put your ammunition in them. Then it came out, and then that's all. Everybody had to run up while it was off and get. You got to run to the TC, get the TC, come back over, hurry up, get on the turret. Everybody gets certified. All right, we're clear. You got 12 guys. Then it came out with you could still set it down and you could do a guest. Excuse me, which means if somebody's out running monuments and you get on, but they haven't been on the base yet, they don't have to get TC. You could just authorize them, which is cool. It's called guest. That was nice. And then now you got to run your wires, and then you can still do the same thing with guest, but you got to wire it, hardwire it. But if you're poor and you got a door camper or Wally 1K, remember, a good backup, believe it or not, is a SAR. Put a SAR in there. It will work. It's not quite as good as a Bolty or L96, but they're cheap. Just get a gun in there. Some people that are really poor, I've seen, Revies, I've seen 22s, I've seen Tommies, anything, just get them up. But yeah, that's a little secret there. And like I said, that's where it's at. Here's what I'm going to run over here. Bear with me. Let's shoot down. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to come back and see if this is still hurting and figure something out. I can possibly maybe take this TC and push it maybe this way a little bit, and then try and put a TC down there. But here's our map. Not bad. When we do vanillas, we're real big on launch. I'm not at all, but Titann and the whole group always like to take Bradley. So I've always said, if you take Bradley all the time and you take Haley all the time, you are controlling the server. So there she is. Not bad. It's new. It's a virgin. I mean, you got oil at the top, right there, oil. Underwater labs, and you got large down here in the cold. Blah. Here, wind it over there. And then it would have been 180 degrees over here. You could build a really huge base right here. And just run the launch. But it's not bad. Not much over here. But launch is in the middle. And then you have outpost over here and bandit camp right here. Not bad. Bandit camp should have probably maybe been up over here a little bit. But cargo's out. Cargo. Let's get back to. I'm going to run over here. I've been doing this since our server's dead. I just like getting on and, it's never the feeling of on a vanilla. It just isn't. I'm not big on a lot of communities. We tried to sponsor guys. We get requests to come over and help push their servers and stuff. We have 300 allies, but it always ends up like, and what I mean by that is, if you want to watch a raid, we went on an EU server, our last, it was a community, and the guy set a vending machine. We were so close to train yard that we couldn't build any closer. We couldn't build our base anymore because we were too close. That sucker, man. He put a vending machine with free rockets. 20 rockets, like 20 HVs, a full Metal Gear, AKs, and some, med sticks, and we had 6 guys come over. Supposed to be a duo. Earlier that week, we've already been rated 3 out of 5 days. Man, it wasn't a real nice message I left that guy, because you put time in, and we were unaware of any kind of, I don't know, but we just, half the time that's all I did was running rockets out to the ocean and dumping them. Well, we defended. I didn't. Titann did. I was there. I came in like a quarter of it. He had already killed all one whole run, and then he already was sealing, and then the rockets just didn't stop. But he just kept defending. Where are you at? It's like, oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's here. Another one, a guy. His gamer tag is I cheats. I mean, really? I cheats. And he did some funny stuff on the community. He was cheating. We went back the next day, and his stuff was gone. So, I mean, completely wiped. The admin knew what was going on. I can't stack that. The root combiner was if I was going to put 2 solar panels up here. Not bad. AK. Could drop the wire. Pump shotgun. I mean, this is really kind of a doo-doo, because the airdrops are really nice. They so I'm going to throw this down here, too close to the monument. I think there's like 2 right in a row. Yeah, look at that. Look how close those are. I bet you can't even put anything. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. Nice little snack pack if someone's just running. And then let's do this. There they are. Wait a minute. Let's do this. Oh, no, I don't have it. I'll come back to it. All right. Got me hazy on. Oh, wait a minute. Beautiful. $204 days. Not a bad little hit for somebody. Turns. I mean, we used to help a lot of people out. I mean, we used to help people secure their base. I mentioned that the other night, but stone is like twig. I mean, really, seriously, stones are like wood, and metal is like stone, and armor bases are like metal. I mean, it's just when you have a 2-time server, and it's low pop, you're gonna. Yeah, so I was like, okay, so you've been on for a while, you've got your base down. There's a handful. A couple of these guys are shady. It's supposed to be no offlining, but here, put these walls, these turns down. Here, here's your panels. You know, just get something up. That's, you know, that's how we went. Or if somebody would message and say, hey, Doc or Doc Titan, you know, I can't get on for 2 days. Can you help me on TC? Yeah, we'll reverse raid. No problem there. But when you do it for everybody, nobody wants to work. And communities have killed that mentality. They just don't want to do it. And then they know if they didn't earn it, like anything in life, they didn't earn it, they're not going to respect it. So if you get your ass on and you grind and grind and grind, you build a base, you're going to come back because it's yours. But if someone gives you all the mats, we did have good starters. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I did drop sometimes 8 to 1,000 frags. But it just depends on who was on and who was we couldn't trust, and we just wanted people to get secure. But now, there's nobody on right now, but we had a big spike about 2 months ago. It was kind of fun for a minute. Everybody just kind of kept themselves and grinded. It was good. We just kind of watched everybody grow. They worked for it, and they kept coming back. All right, enough of that, enough of that, enough of that, enough of that. So let me do this real quick. I forgot where I put a couple of these the other day, so I'm going to do these. I don't want to think that somebody with a bag down is raiding me. They'll take it anyways. It's a test. It's a test. You gonna bite the apple? You gonna bite the apple? Not a bad little loot run there. Those, I'll tell you what's bigger. The biggest thing in there to me, the turret and the marmor doors. And then you can get enough for 2 more turns. So you can have 4 turns. That's a little dynamite base. You already have a python that you, and 2 pythons. You could BP one of them. Of course, you got AK. But yeah, you're on your way. All right, let's go to the next one. That would be airfield straight down. Flying high. We used to build mystery bases, and we put mailboxes all around them, and that would be free to raid that. That helped out a little bit. But some guy, I mean, you got good stuff, but we didn't put boom in them. We put just enough boom to get out. There are always at least 32 rockets to get to it, and we gave you enough to get your stuff back. We're not going to put 100 rockets in there. We just couldn't. What do we have here? A floater. See, that's just... No. I'm going to try and find... Well, you get a large windmill. That's big. I'm going to try and find an airdrop and let everybody see how nice they are. I think they doubled it. Look at that. Her horsey. They did, I think, double the loot up on vanilla. That's what we were noticing on a vanilla, not community. It's items too. Let's do this. Again, this is Dr. Death Rules. I'm gonna time it every 15 minutes. And I want to appreciate anybody. I haven't had any live viewers. We used to have a lot. I don't know if I'm shadow banned or something I just need to do all the time. But my partner in crime, Titann, Snipes, Dangle Snipes, Yoda, Luco, Mr. A. I mean, I can go on and on. Ronnie, KOS, all the KOS clan, Ronnie, Team America. I mean, I could go on and on. They're just not gaming no more. Some have went to PC. You know, that's it. But things change in almost 5 years, you know. Things change. Swifty, Zim Push, Fletch. Did I already go through that box? There it is. Our Rocky, I mentioned him. All great players. And if I forget about anybody, I'm sorry. Panorama. Gray. All right. Anybody got this skin right here? Got an attachment right there. Instacraft over here. If our server, I mean, if you're experienced, you've learned something. There's always some stuff, some little tricks out there that you can learn. If you're not learning, you're not growing. That's it on that. That's it on that. Let me put it back down so I can keep track of these. I might reverse rate them. Not gonna put no explosives or anything like that down, but they're starting to add up. Yeah, so we wiped it and no BPs and everything, so she's fresh. When they came out with the dumbass cars and the stupid stuff, that big, we had to wipe it, and we haven't recovered from that. We did switch the map, and we did go ahead and wipe the BPs. There's airdrop right there. Now this is going to be a 2-timer. There she is. Here's one thing they did change. I'll show you. Man, it's foggy. Man, ho! But yeah, this is geared for beginners. And if you go to Rust Academy 101 on TikTok and Rust Academy Alto Titann, ALTOTITANN, YouTube and TikTok, reach out to us and we'll get on. We're on every day, every single day. I'm telling you, it's a great opportunity. I'm not bragging, but especially if Titann and some of our old teammates get on and show you the ropes, this game will become less painful instantly. The more you stay on and learn. You know, we used to have PvP arenas, everything on this sucker. We had a lot of amenities, man. We offered a lot live raid events. But a lot of our players just aren't playing. JD. Monster Army. Timmy from England. Caleb still plays. He asked me to do a vanilla wipe last month. It's like, I can't. I don't have the time for it. See, I can't do this. Look. It won't open up in air. That's changed. I don't know how long. I think I timed it once before, how long it takes to hit the earth. I want to see something here. Let's see this. Ah! Wow! Just trying to see if I can write it down. I can't. Do you know if you take C4 and throw it in the Chinook, it blows up? Yep. True story. True story. Where are we at? My train yard. Water treatment. Starting to add up. We got 2 for bases, the tutorials, and the other ones are the Tooth Fairy. So I'm gonna go back and hit airfield and then load that box up with that little second crate. Oh, watch this. UPOS, man, these. Watch this. I've had my run in with these scientists and the bears. You know, it's just you're going down, sucker. You're going down. Huh. Yeah. Take that. Give me that med stick. All right, see what we got. See what we got. See? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you're going to have... Okay, you're going to have 2 pairs of pants. I get that. But it's the extra little variety. It's the accessories. You know, of course, you're going to have, rather than 5 gears, you're going to have 10. But... You know, same with but there, it's, you know, this is our airdrops. You know, this is the thing that nobody's going to. Let's look at it one more time. You know, I mean, what did we get on that last? We got that too. 3 guns. It still would have got 6 or 7 hand grenades. Yeah, Rambo. Where am I at? I'm all the way down here. I thought I saw a lock crate somewhere else. Airfield. All right, we're gonna fly there. We're taking first class. Hey, if anybody's still sticking around, watching this post broadcast, thanks. Appreciate it. Just killing the void, you know. Kind of like that athlete that still wants to play a sport. You know, right now I can't dedicate the amount of time that when me and Titann do a wipe with our team. I mean, it's 24/7. I said the other day, the more you put in this game, the more you get out. And there's so much truth to that. So I'm just running around. We've been creating videos. All right. Not bad, Bolty. Not bad. Let's go find our little bag out here. I think it's on the side of the hill. There she is. Oh, this is trick or treat, buddy. Wonder if they got that going on over there at Vanilla. I might hop on there. So this is this box right here. That's a good little starter because you get BP, pistol, and 5.56. you have the bolty and the edge to go do oil. You got the AK. Not bad, not bad. 3 SMGs and a Tommy, but you don't have to worry about running out of guns because you spawn in with the Tommy. Tech trash. Got you some pants, some breeches, some clothes, armor there. All right. Let me see. I think there's. All right. I've been on for 1 hour. So that's it. So we have 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3 mystery boxes. Not really mystery, but I know that there's still. I saw one that I didn't put a bag down. I know there's 3 more out there that has the loot in it. But let's fly back. Let's fly back home. Oh, there's that one right there. Again, it is top of the hour. Dr. Death Rule 001. 700 plus days in the console. I just want to tell some people that. Titann, ALTO, Alto Titann, YouTube and TikTok, and then Rust Academy 101 on TikTok. Been doing this a minute, you guys. How did I go that way? The fall got me. We're going to run through this one more time. If I can ever get back there. And it falls, dude. Again, we're offering, this is community server Titanfall 2 times, Titanfall, and then if you're a beginner, a lot of these are boring, but I think they're informative. If you don't really know the game, that's who the audience we're trying to gear towards. And even if you are experienced, there may be something you caught that you weren't aware of, and then you probably also caught my little hiccups on a few things just because it's rusty. Haven't did it in a minute. Backwards gates, backwards solar panel. All right, we're back home. So we did this the other day. I'm gonna probably get on another time and put it to that and show the true defense system there. These bases are within the first 72 hours. Wipe day 72 hours. About 3 or 4 days until you really figure out, if you're still around. But these will allow you to three cameras, 3 computers, some tech trash, I think. So we built one of these tonight, and this is a freestanding. Now we still can get the TC here. It's down to 1. I don't understand why this is decaying when it won't let me set a TC. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's do this. Let's try this. It could be another fumble on my end. See, this makes no sense to me at all. Let's try this. No, let's try pushes it a little bit farther away. I don't get it. I have wood over there. I'm off of that. 244 days, I think, is in the TC. I have metal. Let's see if these walls, they're fine. They're not decaying. They would at least be down one notch if the TC wasn't hitting this way. Maybe somebody has an answer that I don't, but I've did. No, it has to be connected. It just has to be, I guess. We'll have to do it that way. And this is dreadful. I mean, seriously, there's no way we're going to hit it. There's just no way. See, there's just absolutely no freaking way you're going to get that there. I've built way too many. I'm not an extravagant builder, but there's no way. I could try this. I'm off a square. Let me try. See, there's just no way. It's over. There's just no way. It's not touching. See, you always start it out there if you have to connect them, and then you finish out here. It doesn't work. I did this so many times. See, it's done. I'm done messing with it. I don't know. If somebody has an answer, prove me wrong. That's fine. I don't have an ego. I don't care if I'm wrong. I've been called everything you can imagine. I do know that it has to be connected. Yeah, there it goes. It does have to. I should know that. I should have known that. I don't. So basically, it's the same thing as the other base that we did. I mean, the reason why I didn't really try to do all that is because it had nothing to do with connecting this. It's about being a freestanding kiosk with the TC and the battery, just being a complete free-for-all base. So I should have just known, you know, that it all has to be connected. It does. I have 1 hour and 10 minutes. Again, I'm gonna call this a night. But if you have if you are a vanilla, or yeah, even vanilla. I mean, anywhere, just bag is in, base tours, or if you really want to learn and you're frustrated, or if you're a duo or something, this is not a lot of people. Okay, you may not get the PvP, but if you're a builder and you just want to chill, you know, just chill and learn the monuments, sharpen your game. This, you know, any dead server is good for that. But with our community, you know, we monitor and we could help you, you know, if you have any questions or anything like that. But again, if you stayed in a little over an hour and 11 minutes, hey, HAS. Different platforms support 24/7. Stream promotions, promote your channel, viewers, followers. I don't know what this is. It's HAS more shit. Hey, Haas, just reach out, and if you're still watching, go to Rust Academy 101 TikTok or go to Alto Titann TikTok and just message us. And if you want to collab on something, that's fine. Tied to PvPer, builder, everything. I'm just a farm bot. My nickname's Captain Cook. You know, I never really ran a whole lot, but in the last year I have been running more monuments, trying to get my gun down a little bit better. But we're usually surrounded by better PvPers, and I love to farm. I love to cook rockets. So if there's something there, reach out to us. Yeah. And then if someone has a community and you want to put an event on, we could bring a team on. If you build a big base and have a raid event, we'll do that live as well, as long as there's no funny stuff. Titann and I do not participate in events. We do not farm. We do not do nothing. We're admin on this server. That's what we do. We're admin. We don't show favoritism. We may help players out, but we do not. Like I said on the last server, we watched one of our teammates get raided on our server. There's nothing we could do. We couldn't even tell him. We just couldn't, man. That's happened to us as well. You know, we've had some players show us favoritism. We left the server. And, you know, I feel kind of bad, but we can hold our own. You know, and then we saw those guys on that server being God mode and invisible, and some of their players, admin, were going against, you know, a dogfight and launch site, and they told them where everybody's at. That I don't believe in that. That's just dirty pool, man. And I said, no hard feelings, man, but we don't want no part of this stuff. It happens all the time, though. It does. Happens. We got jumped one time on this Hazzy Tommy server. This guy gave us everything you can imagine to get started, and he's the one that ended up raiding us. Twice, two different communities. Actually, that happened to us. Especially when you're progressing really fast. They hate that. All right, Dr. Death Rule 001 on our community, Rust Academy 101, and you can follow us on TikTok. That'd be great. Rust Academy. That's the same thing. That's a dead server, but that's new to console. I really like that game. I think it has a lot more offense. See, she's falling apart. She's a going. She's a going. Yeah. She's a goner. Again, we will be back Sunday. I may do something. Today's Wednesday. I may do something Friday. Maybe. But not getting a whole lot of views. So this is definitely, if you're watching this, it's because you've seen it on YouTube and you've stuck around this long. I really much appreciated. I hope somebody's learned something out there. And we're always looking forward to hearing from a very new beginner. It's been rated like 30,000 times as a solo on a 10 pop. So, and don't get frustrated. So, again, thanks a lot. See you hopefully on Friday or Sunday. Thanks.